Hello and welcome to a special Blues View. I'm Paul Bradley and I'm joined on the phone now by Birmingham City correspondent Colin Tatham, who's in Bruges for us. Hi, Colin.
Hello.
Well, a fantastic result in the Europa League for Birmingham City last night. Just start off, just give us your verdict on the game and how well Birmingham City performed.
Brad, it was another pretty incredible European night. Blues started very slowly, sluggishly. Bruges went ahead after 3 minutes, and you feared the worst, to be honest. But all of a sudden, they turned it around, got the goal, David Murphy, and then with what can only be described as probably the best away backing and most incessantly noisy Blues away backing I've heard in 25 years. They took the game to Bruges and could easily have been out of sight at half time, and then second half was a little bit of nip and tuck. It's quite a close affair. Nikola Zigic missed a good chance to put Blues ahead, and then obviously there was the quite worrying injury to Pablo towards the end of the game. But in the 10 minutes of added time, Blues came up at the very, very death, and it was that man Chris Wood again, and the scenes at the end were quite incredible. The explosion of joy and noise from the south end in the stadium was, it had to be seen to be believed, and the buzz that everybody got in the town on the after the game on the evening, again it was pretty undescribable. It was a very, very special night for everybody who was there. And
it doesn't get much more dramatic than the game last night, does it? There was the terrible injury that you mentioned there to Pablo, and then literally the 10th minute of injury time, Chris Wood pops up and carries on with his great vein of scoring and gets the winner.
Absolutely, and when there's an injury to Pablo like that, he just to clarify, he was okay to make the flight back. He didn't need hospital treatment, but he was basically knocked unconscious the moment that the Bruges forward headed him. He headed him in the side of the face on his cheek, and he was knocked out as he hit the ground, and he hit his head on the ground, and of course play was held up for 6 minutes, and there was serious concern for him. But he was very well treated to and very swiftly treated to by the Blues medical team, led by the physio George Foster and the doctor Mike Stone. And you think after an incident like that, and the team were visibly shaken, you think, well, that could sort of knock the stuffing out of them a little bit, and it could sort of temper their sort of aggression and desire. But no, they went on, they drove on, and could have scored just before Chris Wood got the winner through Wade Elliott. And quite incredible climax of the game. And of course, as you said there, that the very fact that the goal came with more or less the last tick of the game in what was the 100th minute was pretty incredible.
And if you look at the group now, Birmingham City are in with a fantastic chance of qualifying. You look at the group, that result has thrown the group wide open. Club Bruges still at the top with 6 points. Birmingham City on second place also on 6 points. And then Braga behind them on 4 points. Just sum up how you think things stand now for Blues and their chances of going through to the next round.
Well, all of a sudden, the Europa League has just got serious. Everyone has been along for the ride, enjoying the adventure, and it's been, in a great spirit. But now, all of a sudden, you look at the table, and I think Blues are top on the head-to-head record, in fact. And with home games now to come against Bruges and Maribor, if they can win both of those, they'll be through. Which would, for me, if they got through to the knockout stages, would represent a remarkable achievement considering where the club was 6 months ago and where it's had to come from. I really don't think it should be underestimated what they have done so far in Europe. And also, Chris Hughton has used the squad. He's not picked what you would term his strongest 11 in every game. He is mixed and matched to a degree, but for whatever reason, for however, they have come up trumps and they have reserve some of their most best performances of the season for the Europa League, and the character and the will to win they have shown, especially in the last 2 games, being behind away in Europe. Again, you cannot fault it. It's been pretty incredible, and I think in the years to come, only then will people realise what an achievement it has been so far. And of course, as you said there, Brad, is that there could be more to come, and I believe now they will go through.
Okay, Colin Tatham in Bruges, thanks very much for joining us today. And Birmingham City, it seems, on a crest of a wave at the moment. We'll be back in next week with more analysis from Birmingham City in next week's Blues View.